Good morning, everyone. Welcome again. As you all know, we were discussing psychodynamic approach in a process of personality. In that, we have already discussed level of consciousness. So today, let's start structure of personality. According to Freud's theory, the primary structural elements of personality are these three. You can see here on screen: id, ego, and superego. Id related to instincts, ego related to reality, superego related to morality. They reside in the unconscious as forces and they can be interfered from the ways people behave. Let us remember that id, ego, superego are concepts, not real physical structures. So we will discuss all these terms in some detail. Start with id. According to Freud, the id is the personality construct that we are born with, like a newborn baby. Its energy is called libido. It operates on the pleasure principle. What does this mean? How will the id inform behavior? So, it is the sources of a person's instinctual energy. It deals with immediately gratification of primitive needs, sexual desires, and aggressive impulses. It works on the pleasure principle, as I told you, which assumes that people seek pleasure, try to avoid pain. So Freud considered much of a person's instinctual instincts to be sexual and the rest as aggressive. So it does not care for moral values, society or other individuals. Next is ego. Ego, it grows out of it, seeks to satisfy an individual's instinctual needs accordance with reality. So the ego is the reality principle. It must balance the drives of it and the control of superego. It works by the reality principle and often directs the it towards more appropriate ways of behaving. For example, the id of a boy who wants an ice cream cone tell him to grab the cone and eat it. His ego tells him that if he grabs the cone without asking, he may be punished. Working on the reality principle, the boy knows that the best way to achieve gratification is to ask for permission to eat cone. So, while it is demanding, unrealistic or works according to pleasure principle, the ego is patient, reasonable, works by the reality principle. Next is superego. The best way to characterize the superego is to think of it as the moral branch of mental functioning. It opposes the superego is the ideal force, the civilized, socially acceptable figure the person strives to be. It includes our understanding of right and wrong. It opposes the id and is essentially an internalization of rules passed down from our parents. The superego tells the id and the ego whether gratification in a particular instance is ethical. It helps control the id by internalizing the parental authority through the process of socialization. Here is one example. For a boy sees and wants an ice cream cone, ask his mother for it. His superego will indicate that his behavior is morally correct. So here is next slide is personality development. Freud believed that id, ego and superego were separate and conflicting forces. They need to be balanced for good mental health and normal behavior. Here you can see ego balancing both structures of personality, id and superego. Next, here is one example to understand all these terms. Id, want the cake, needs to take the cake, isn't concerned about others. Superego, I must not have the cake, I should leave it for someone else, I will let someone else have it, don't be greedy. Ego, I will wait for a few minutes, see if anyone else has it, I am rather hungry, if it is still there in 5 minutes, then I'll take it. Next is development of id, ego and superego. At the birth, personality is ruled by id. Early childhood, ego starts to develop. And later childhood, superego emerges morality principle. So today we have discussed structure of personality. Next time we will discuss defense mechanism. Thank you.